Okay, I'm back. Moby's on. Yeah, I love Moby. Some people say I look like him, but I don't know. He's a bit ugly and a lot older. Don't go there. Don't go there. Excuse me. Okay, the treatment connection. Okay, now I've told you realistically in my first and second series of how my cancers come along and how it developed, and the biopsy, the whole radiotherapy, the sort of my belief of where things went wrong. Not that it's ever going to be stated otherwise by any medical professional. I'm dealing with it, okay? I have cancer treatment, chemotherapy every other week. And it's a bit of a speed hump for me because on the first day of treatment, you have to take 4 steroids, which make you feel like Peter Pan. Second day of treatment, you're on 4 steroids, equally, that make you feel like Peter Pan. Today, I feel like Peter Pan. Today, I'm making a video because tomorrow I will take another 4 steroids. But then these are plus days, these are highs, as I call them, highs, because I get to a high level. The fact is, with these actual steroids, what they do, they open up all the little dormant cells in your body, from your toes, from the tips of your toes, to your willy, to the tips of your fingers, to the tips of your ears, to the head. And it allows the whole chemotherapy that is in your body very much active to get to those dormant sleeping areas. So it's quite important to take those steroids because they do a specific job. Luckily, I don't have any sickness. I've never had any sickness. I am off my food. I don't eat a huge meal now like I used to. I wouldn't go down the burger van and have a burger that big. You know, my burgers, if I have a burger from McDonald's, and if they're simple little 99 pence ones, they are actually enough for me. Just one of them is enough for me, and perhaps a small chips. That is it. That's a midday meal. The other thing is, with regards to the chemotherapy I've had in the past, the oxaliplatin, it did damage to my soles of my feet and hand, but equally inside my mouth as well. My taste buds have been damaged, where the fact is, like a tin of baked beans now, for instance, I remember what a tin of baked beans tastes like. And the sauce, Heinz, the sauce is lovely, but not anymore. It's a very bland taste it is. Heinz tomato soup, that is, yeah, that tastes the same, but weird things. A bottle of beer will taste weird, but a glass of wine doesn't. And that's surprising to the nurses who've asked me these questions, because it's normally the glass of wine that is the bad situation, where the beer isn't, but I'm the opposite. But like I said to you, I'm not having mouth ulceration, I'm not having any sores on my body. Lots of people do, okay? Lots of people do. So I'm not saying you're not going to get it, all right? Lots of people do. I'm very lucky. However, I put my differences, I put that down to a certain factor in what I do. I'm not a fitness fanatic. I don't go walking or running or jumping about and stuff. I'm naturally fit, I am, okay? That's just the way I am. And I don't eat a huge amount of food. I eat very, very slowly, so my metabolism is all about the whole thing, isn't it, really? It's metabolism and calories burnt and stuff like that. So I'm not a big eater anyway. Perhaps I'll have, sausage, potato, and perhaps beans. But I've got to watch beans, because beans make a hell of a noise in my colostomy bag. The wind, the air, the gas. It comes out there, I've got no control. So one minute I'll be sitting there talking to a very pretty district nurse, and next minute, and you're thinking, there's no way of holding it in. You can't do that. Anyway, there you are. She understands. They're a very, very, very nice, caring type of people. They have a full understanding. They've seen it all. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So I'll have the foods that I eat are very, I'm not restricted. I'm not restricted at all. Nobody's actually said to me, you can't eat this, you can't eat that. I eat everything. I eat nuts, I eat shellfish, I eat prawns, I eat anything, really. It's funny, with nuts, you've got to really finely digest the nuts in your mouth, chew them down. You can't swallow a peanut because it'll come out in the bag. and you're feeling in the bag there, because these bags that I've got here, you can empty them. So I change my colostomy bag perhaps every third day I do. So I can empty it in between, you know, and it fills up perhaps once a day or twice a day, whatever the case may be. But you can feel the nuts inside it. It's quite funny. And you think to yourself, shit, that's come through me. That shite has come through me. And it's been 24 hours. Pretty good, actually. So everything is moving inside me. Lots of fluids. You've got to take lots of fluids to move things around. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. So yeah, got a bit of Moby going on in the background there. I'll go back into foods, because one thing that cancer absolutely loves, and you will develop this, you will develop a taste for sugar. I was very much a savoury person, just crisps. Oh, my favourite, smoky bacon crisp sandwiches, okay? Gotta be white bread, the cheapest white bread going, like Sunblessed, or you can, I don't know if you can still get Sunblessed, but anyway, the cheapest white bread, buttered, loads of butter, crisp sandwich, beautiful. Doesn't taste the same, unfortunately. However, what it has done, the cancer has done, has shifted me from a savoury tooth to a sweet tooth, and it makes me crave for sweet things like sweets and stuff and fizzy drinks and stuff. Stay away, guys, okay? Stay away from sugar, because sugar is unfortunately the ally to a cancer cell, okay? It loves sugar. Anything sugar thrives off it, okay? So try and stay clear of sugary sweets and sweets. You want them, you'll crave them, but try desperately to steer away. Use this in your head, okay? Get a mindset, get a knowledge of what I've just said to you now, and try and move away from it, okay? That's all I'm saying to you. Drink beer. I drink beer. I drink beer virtually every night. I have a beer or a glass of wine, but not this week. I'll wait until I'm off this pump here. I'll wait until I'm off that now, and I'll wait until perhaps 4 days now, and then I'll have a bottle of beer or a couple of glasses of wine, and I love a Scotch whiskey. I love a Scotch whiskey. So the better the whiskey, the better for me. But you know what? I do drink, and there's no problem. My liver is functioning well, even though I've got a tumour, and it's still functioning well. But yes, these little buggers, as I stated, the cells, the tumours inside my lungs have now put on little bulletproof vests. Okay, so the chemo, which is a bullet, is not penetrating through that bulletproof vest. The tumour inside my liver is a bit shocked now, because he hasn't come across this, as I said earlier on. So he hasn't got a jacket yet big enough to wear. So the next chemotherapy that I have, if there is a chemotherapy available, because I'm on stage 4 chemo now, if there is a next chemo, it's got to have an actual armoured piercing tip to it. It has to penetrate that bloody bulletproof jacket that these buggers are put on, because that's why the tumours inside my liver, my kidneys, oh goodness sake, that's why the actual tumours inside my lungs have got bigger now, because they've seen this treatment before where the tumour inside my liver hasn't. So it's quite interesting, actually, you know, if you think about it all. I'm fascinated by it. But, you know, it's the connection, my connection with respect to what's going on in my body, to perceiving it to you. Because you've got to think about it all, okay? You've got to put it down and really deeply think about it, because it's all related. It's all relative. Now, another thing that I'm taking my course of tablets. I'm on rivaroxaban. That's a blood thinner, because I had a terrible situation where I had to go into ICU for a few days. Just before the pandemic, I had blood clotting, serious blood clotting, to the fact that my lungs were chock-a-block of sticky blood. And I was having a heart attack, realistically, walking the dog on a Sunday morning, 7 o'clock, in the graveyard. Well, not the best place to be. And who would ever find me in there? I didn't have my phone on me. Who the hell would find me in there? Perhaps some old lady on a sunny afternoon coming down to put flowers on her husband's grave. They might come across me. That was the problem. So I had to get out of that place quite quickly and get onto the main road, and then I walked back, and I walked straight into casualty. Just dropped the dog off at my house and walked into casualty, and yeah, didn't come out 3 days. So I was in a bit of a bad way, really. But anyway, so I'm on Rivaroxaban, a tablet as a blood thinner. I'm on amlodipine, which is a beta blocker because my heart rate is quite slow. I have an average speed of about 45, 46. So they were quite concerned with me when I was having my operation because resting, it was going down to about 38, 39. So they needed to speed my heart rate up, they did. And I had low blood pressure, so it wasn't a good thing, you know, they had to get the balance right. So most people are like that, well, I was like that. So they sorted that out. And it is sorted, it's brilliant now. I'm something like on average about 140 over 83, which ain't a bad thing to be, you know. Blood pressure, check it out on a regular basis, because I tell you one thing now, most people don't. So ask your wife or your husband, go and check your blood pressure. It might be sky high. Salt intake, that's what it does. Okay, now I've decided to take a self-help, a natural antibiotic. It is. It's a natural antibiotic. It's been around for thousands and thousands of years. It was used by the ancient Greeks and the ancient Egyptians. To the fact that this young child was dug up, not of great importance, but she was dug up in Egypt. They opened up the tomb and they found that she was clutching a little terracotta vial, and it was like a tar top to it. They took the tar top off, and they found inside it is exactly what I take every single day: olive leaf. It's crushed leaf from the olive tree, and I've been taking it for 4 years now. The pharmacy unit, or the pharmacist up in the hospital here, he wasn't too sure about it with regards to the treatments. He analysed it, he did a lot of research on it, and he came back to my doctor and said, tell him to keep taking it. And that's exactly what it is. And I personally think that gives me a great psychological welfare boost about me. I've recommended it for a few people. They take it for about 5 days and see no result and think forget it. Well, you have to take it long term. You have to take it one tablet every single day, okay? And it will be a forte, because I must say to you, it works for me. Might not work for you, but it works for me. And you can get this olive leaf on the website, you can, and it's called Time Health. Okay, so you go onto Google and put Time Health in, and then put olive leaf, you'll find it. And it's about 38 pounds for 2 packs, and I think each pack is, let me think, each pack is about, say, it's 120 capsules in each pack, but they are the best capsules you can buy. Don't go to Holland and Barrett and buy shite stuff in there. Go to what I've recommended. I've researched this a lot, and it's got all the good stuff in it, the proper good stuff in it. But I tell you one thing now, it'll put you on a good footing, all right? Might not work for you, it works for me. Try it, okay? And try it long term, yeah? Just a recommendation, that's all, for good wellness in there. I talk about in there all the time because it's having a positive mindset, and you can probably see from me talking to you, I'm quite positive. I always have been, okay? I don't sit around and mope about, oh, I've got cancer, I'm dying, I feel unwell. Well, get off your ass and do something about it. Yeah, it might be harsh me telling you that. I might be direct. You might not like it. You might not be able to do it, but try, okay? Just try. I get up every single morning at 7 o'clock. Every single morning, I go downstairs, I prepare a breakfast for my wife. I bring it upstairs, we sit in bed, I have a cup of coffee and my bowl of Frosties or whatever the case may be, or a couple of pieces of toast, and we watch the 7 o'clock news, the ABA 7 news, because it takes me about half an hour. I'm not the brightest bloody spark around in the kitchen at that time, but I make her a cup of tea and I make her breakfast. It's a good start for her. It's a good start for me. I get my ass out of bed, okay? That is the one thing. I make my bed every morning. It's an achievement in life. Making your bed in the morning is one of the achievements that you can do easily for that first thing in the morning day, all right? Now, I do sleep in separate bedrooms. I'll make no bones about that, because the reasons are because of my treatment and because of the damage that's been created inside me by radiotherapy. The treatment is a difficult one because it affects all the sort of nerve endings and everything inside me internally. So there are times, unfortunately, through my treatment, for definitely the first week, where I have to wear these pull-up pants. Okay, there they are. Pull-up pants. No shame in it, okay? I'm human. Blood, flesh, bone, okay? But unfortunately, at night, when I go into a deep sleep, I wee myself. I leak, okay? I don't piss myself, I leak, I do. And that little pull-up pants, I don't particularly want to tell you that I do it, but I'm being honest with you, okay? I've been direct with you, and there's no holds barred, and that's what this video is all about, okay? Because, yeah, it's a bit embarrassing, you know. It's only old people of 90 years of age wear pull-up pants. Well, unfortunately, it's people like me. Through the daytime, I haven't got a problem. Not even a little dribble comes out. But at night time, the seal gets so relaxed, and because of the nerve endings and everything, just relaxes, and yeah, I dribble, I wee. It's better than peeing in the bed, okay? So I get up. So the problem is, my brain now is geared, muscle memory is geared. So if I feel as if I need to pee, I will get out of bed. It could be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Now, can you imagine having your wife laying next to you, having to put up with all that, in and out of bed all the time? Well, she wouldn't sleep. It would affect her, and she's got an important job to get on with. So I'm being kind to her, okay? I'm being kind to myself. It's all relative, it is, okay, guys? So don't be embarrassed about what you've got to do or what you have to do. It's all part and parcel. Like I said, we're all human. Can you imagine how old Fraggle Rock bloody Mr. Caveman used to deal with it all, you know, sort of 6,000 years ago? Well, he'd probably be dead before he's 15. You know, with toothache or napsis or whatever the case may be. They didn't have any doctors or any... So we are very, very lucky, really, and take full advantage of it. You know, take full advantage of advice and anything that you get offered. And if you do feel ill, guys, okay, there might be somebody that you know out there who has been moaning about hemorrhoids. Tell him or tell her to go to the doctor, okay, straight away. Oh, I'll leave it for a while, they must be busy down there. Hey, I'll tell you one thing now. When they're busy down there, you'll put it off and put it off and put it off. Get down there, get it sorted, and then we'll see what happens. It could just be hemorrhoids. But like me, that's what I thought. But here I am now talking to you with cancer. All right, now the connection. Let's go on to the connection. Now, hopefully now you've seen the type of guy I am. You can see I've got quite a positive attitude about me. I'm in the right mindset. I've got to say to you, and it's going to come across quite tough, this is, I am going to die next year, okay? Possibly the year after, possibly, but my doctor said from what she's seen over the years, and the pattern is that it's normally 5 years, okay? Now I'm in my 4th year now, and I'm coming to the end of my stage 4 cancer treatment. So I'm looking to deteriorate, probably go downhill this time next year. So I've done everything. I've put everything in order, and I think we could all do this regardless of whether you've got cancer or not. I've written my eulogy for the vicar. He knows exactly what to say to my captive audience in front of me, who've come to say farewell and celebrate my life. I've got my regiment all planned and prepared to have the regimental flag and bits and pieces on my coffin, my medals and whatever. And I'm going in the old incinerator, because I will win that battle at the end of the day, yeah? Now, I've got cancer inside me, and that cancer is going to win. It'll take me from this earth. It will kill me, but I will have the last laugh, because my cancer will die. It's going to get incinerated, all right? Now, I've asked my wife to leave me for a few days, because I believe in the spiritual movement. We are a carcass left behind of flesh, bone, and non-flowing blood, because we're dead. So, well, do with what you want with that body. And my plan is that I'm going to have a memorial service firstly, talk about my life. Vicar's a very nice vicar I've got. He's going to talk about me, because I've written it all down. I can't expect my wife, she's going to be in a bad place. I've written it all down, I have, and he's going to talk about me and thank my guests for turning up and everything is a big piece. But I will be there in spiritual form. Believe it or not, we don't know what's going to happen. So I believe in the spiritual world. I believe in that my spirit will leave me because I want it to. I hope it will. Okay, I've got the mindset that I think it will because I want to continue to survive. I've got that real survive nature ability in me. So that's what I'm hoping to do. So I'll be there floating amongst you all, watching you all, thinking, thank you guys. Oh, it's lovely to see you. Oh, brilliant. You turned, oh, well done. I won't be able to thank them in person, but I'll be able to see it all happening. And hopefully I'll exist around. Okay, that's my belief. Might be a bit nutty, might be a bit mad. We don't know what's going to happen. None of us do. Okay, we don't know. So my ashes then will eventually come back with my wife and she'll have them scattered around my favourite tree in my garden here. And I've written a book as well. I've written a book about my life because my life is quite interesting really. Well, I found it to be quite interesting writing a book. From birth all the way through to potential death. And it's in print at the moment, but the book is not for public publication, I should say. It's for family and the odd very, very, very dear friend, okay? Like Doug and Hazel will have one, okay? It's just that they played a big part in my life in the army. And then I go on to St James's Place and other things that I've the other things I've been involved with, and it's been interesting actually, the book to do. So it's virtually finished now, so I'm quite pleased about that. But it'll be published on my death, and I'll have it prior, which I'll then put them all in envelopes and address them to people, you know, so that when I do die, my wife and will give them out, she will, which I think is the good way. But we could all write a book. I used to go down into the graveyard and I used to walk around and look at the gravestones, walking my dog. And I used to think the birth date followed by the death date. And that little tiny hyphen there was their life, my life. But nothing was ever stated about that little tiny hyphen. And memories, people lose memories, people die, and you know, it'd be nice for my children, see, because they're still quite young. They'll have grandchildren. Oh, I would have had grandchildren. They'll have their own children, and they'll have a wife or a husband, and they'll say, "Oh, is this bloody old bloke Nigel then? You know, there's a book, read about him." Yeah, we could all write a book. We could, regardless of who you are or who you think you are. We can all write a book. We can. So I suggest that you think about it. So I've chose my coffee, and I've done my music. My music has all been set on little on a USB stick where. Whether they've got the technology to play that, I don't know, but anyway, doesn't matter. I've got my hymns as well, sorted them out. So, plan and prepare. It's an army thing. Plan and prepare, all right? Okay, what else are we going to talk? Right, the mindset, the connection. This is what it's all about, the connection. Now, I've got cancer. You, my audience, might equally have cancer. Now, you know when somebody comes to you and says, "It's all right, mate, I understand." We understand. Do they actually? Do they really know what you're going through? It's a difficult one, isn't it? They're trying their best. They are trying. I mean, there's some absolute angels around there. When I was in hospital, especially in Morrison Hospital, having the second operation, I spent my time in hospital desperately to get out of there. And the nurse understood me. I understood the patient opposite me. When I came out, I said goodbye to my friends because I was in there for 10 days. I said goodbye to all my friends. And I walked out of the hospital and 2 nurses were at the end of the door waiting to say goodbye to me. I bloody broke down. I became an emotional baby. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't understand it because these 2 nurses and nurses in general, I would say 90% of these nurses in general have a very, very good special way about them. They are very, very special people, you know, very special people. And I was so emotionally drained anyway from the pain problem I had to the whole operation. I was a bit of a mess, really. I was emotional mess. So when I came across these 2 lovely nurses, and they They were like little angels, and I had to hug them. I hugged the two of them individually, and I was crying. I know it's difficult. I couldn't get my head around it, and it's not me, but I let myself go, and I cried, and I had to say my farewells. I'm feeling it now, sort of bubbling up in me now in a way. God, it was tough. You know, that place was a tough place to be. And yeah, I thought I'd been in tougher places in the army, you know. Jesus Christ, I've done some things, but that was tough. Yeah, it was a big ask, and I had to thank him in love and kindness, because that's what they projected. They projected their love and kindness out to me as a patient. It was a crazy moment in time it was. But you know what? I came home, and yeah, the rest is history. I'm still here. Great, wonderful. Positive nature, guys. Okay, you've got to be very positive, and with that brings an element of understanding you yourself. Lie in bed at night and try to stop thinking about all the stuff that's rambling through your head. Try to find a little black room that you can open a door to and go in. Create a black room. Go in. There's no ceiling, there's no lights, it's just a black room. Go in, close the door, and you're actually emptied your mind. It's blank. Black and blank. Okay? And just try to figure out what's important to me to think about now, just one thing. And you think about, well, I've got cancer. Yes, well, I'm going to die. Oh, am I going to die? What have I been told? Are you going to die? Or are you going to, the cancer's gone? Concentrate on the cancer has gone. I don't even think I've got cancer. I honestly, funny enough, I asked the nurses yesterday up in the hospital. I said, Rian, have I actually got cancer? Have I honestly got cancer? Because I don't think I have. I don't feel as if I have. Nigel, yes, you have. You have got cancer. It does show up on the CT scans quite vividly. You've got cancer. Oh, well, there we are then. That's the way it goes. But I deal with it. I deal with it in a very positive way. It's the ability in your head, okay, to deal with it. Don't make yourself feel ill or cry yourself to death or worry yourself to death. Just get on with it, day-to-day stuff, okay? Go and do something. Get off your ass and do something. If you can't, try knitting. Men can knit. Try knitting. Knit yourself a scarf. Do something that's going to take your mind off the problem. Don't worry about the problem. Are you in real agonizing pain? Take a paracetamol. Ask for medication, okay? Don't let yourself worry about it, because your mind will kill you. Your mind is a real healer and a killer, all right? I'm telling you that factually. All right? I've seen it happen. So don't let it rule you. You can deal with it. You can actually put yourself in a good place if you so wish to. And I think olive leaf will help you, because it definitely helps me. It gives me a better well-being about myself. Just try it. Try it for, say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. See what you feel, okay? But I just want to try to connect with you as somebody who has got cancer. And like I said to you, this cancer is not going away. It will kill me, but I will kill it in the end. Yeah? And I should have died years ago. I mean, my first battle was in the Falklands. I was 19 years of age, and I was going up Mount Harriet, and I had thousands of bullets flying at me. How the hell I didn't get killed then and there, I don't know. So I'm quite chuffed to bits to be here 40 odd years later to tell you my story. Yeah, my story is different to perhaps most, but it's factual and it's honest, and there's no bars hold, you know, held. It's just boom, there it is. But I just want you to try and connect, and you can see that there is people out there, or there are people out there who deal with it in a proper way, because you could deal with it in a proper way. There's a proper way of not going into those dark holes, not crying yourself to sleep, you know. You've got better things to get on with. Your life is running out, it is, okay? It might be running out, or you might be cured. But if it is running out, make the most of it. I've just bought myself another motorbike. My wife was thinking, what the hell? I've got 3 motorbikes. I can only ride one at a time. I've got 6 watches. I can only look at one at a time, you know. Good old army watch, look at it. But then again, what I'm trying to say to you is, make the most of it. Enjoy the rest of your life. Enjoy the rest of your time with your family. And one thing that I am doing now, which is probably quite an important way of dealing with my illness, is that I'm conditioning my family. I've been open with them, I'm telling them the facts and figures, and I'm saying to them, look, you know, I am possibly going to die next year. You will see me deteriorating badly next year. But if I don't, it's a bonus, because it could be 2024 that I pass away. But the fact is that I'm conditioning my family now, so they're getting used to it. If I'd COVID, I went into hospital, they wouldn't see me. Yeah, 5 days, 10 days, boom, dead. How did you die? COVID. You know, guys, you know people who have died from COVID, and they've probably been the healthiest, nicest, most beautiful people on the planet. Mothers, fathers, grannies, granddads, bang, dead. You weren't allowed to go to see them. But with my family, they can see me every day, and I'm going to die here in my own house, not in some hospital, whatever, you know. But that's the way it is. That's my wish, and I will make that happen. There's no way I'm going bloody back to hospital again. No way. So you can see this is it now. This is the ending of my video. I thought I was going to have to make 4, but it's actually come to just the 3rd video. So I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. I hope I have made a small impact and given you an impression of my journey. You can possibly see from this and understand from me that you can survive. You can survive the knowledge that you're going to die if you have terminal cancer. Okay, for those people who have had cancer and they're on the threshold, is it going to come back? Isn't it going to come back? Is it going to come back? I would think of it as it's not going to come back. Believe in that it's not going to come back, because your mind can control your body, and your mind. Right, let me just give you a brief situation. I told you earlier on, I think it was in my 2nd video, about the job I did after leaving the army. Was I could become a copper. I wanted to become a copper. I passed all my tests, but my wife became pregnant, so I decided to take on an easier job, which I thought was easy. Took on 47 tenants, run a property management thing, and it worked out all right. I did it for 15 years, but I did it on my own, and that was a hard take. And because I'm ex-army, I could do it. I could do it. You get told to do things, and you get things thrown at you in the army, and they're additional things, and you just deal with it. You get on with it. You don't moan about it. You just get on with it, because you have to get on with it. And that's how I did it with the property management. You know, wallpapering I was doing. I was bloody doing electrical stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. I was doing all sorts of things, retiling bathrooms, and it took a lot of my time. And I had 2 small babies, or 1 small baby at the time, which I used to carry with me in a pouch in the front. His head was covered in paint and splatters of paint, and it was quite funny actually. But where am I going with this one now? Oh yeah. There was a lot of stress involved in the property management thing that I was dealing with. Tenants deciding to just abandon ship and piss off, you know, mid-contract, or they had rent, non-payment of rent, so I was chasing them for that. Financial guarantors not wanting to pay, even though they'd committed themselves to a legal form. So, you know, I used to get in the car and I used to travel up to Shrewsbury or whatever, knocking the... Your daughter's son is living in the property in Aberystwyth. You're a financial guarantor, Mrs. Yes. Well, you now have to take up a responsibility and pay. A lot of stress in dealing with that, guys. And I think my cancer was brought on by that little switch. I think we all have cancer inside us. You just need a switch to turn it on. And I think my switch, my cancer switch, was stress related. I honestly do believe that. I don't believe it was hereditary. My father had cancer. My father died of cancer at 74. He had cancer he was riddled with it. His was in the lungs, kidneys, liver, and brain, but the brain killed him. And he didn't even know he had it. About 3 weeks he found out, because he crashed his car into a parked car. They took him into hospital, and boom, yeah. They thought he had a stroke initially, and yeah, boom, cancer, riddled with it. And then died 3 weeks later. But he died a brave man, actually, a very brave man. Fair play to him. I admired him for the way he went, you know, fair play. But there you go. But I do believe that my cancer was brought on by stress, extreme stress. So guys, if you're in the wrong job and it's so stress related, get out of it. Find another job. There are thousands out there, okay? You do not want to have that cancer switch flicked on for you. Okay, guys? That is me. So at the end of this now, this whole video that I've done, which is the first ever for me, this is me, my cancer, my treatment, and my connections. Okay? Not connections, sorry, my connection to you, the viewer. There's a lot of my friends going to be watching this. This video is equally going to be sitting on YouTube for my children, like a video diary really. It'll be sitting there for a few years now so my kids can see me in the flesh as a dad they remembered, and it'd be quite nice actually for them. They can just save it and save it and save it, and then they can sort of look at dad when they need to. Remember dad. They love their dad. My little girl especially, she's very attached to me, but my boy, fair play, he is very proud. He is very, very proud of me, of what I've done and achieved through life and stuff, and the help I give him, and guidance, wisdom I pass on to them, and that's important. Do the right thing and help your children. Pass on as much wisdom that you can to them. It's all about learning, and we all learn every day, as we all know. You know, there's nothing new. Sorry, there is always something new, but it isn't anything new, is it? We all know the passage to go. Live and learn. But there we are, guys. Thank you for listening. It's been easily done, actually. All this, I thought it was going to be a hard thing. My book took me about, say, 2 years to do, and this has taken me 4 hours to do, then 3 YouTube specials, as I think I'd like to call them. But this is a bit longer. This one is the 37-minute one. This is. So would you please kindly like it if you like it, or hate it if you hate it, but equally please subscribe, okay? And that would mean a massive amount to me, that one little hit of subscribe. I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking for money at all. There's no way that money can do anything for me, okay guys? So no donations, please. I wish. No, but you know, I'm just saying, just press our little subscribe button, okay? It's been a pleasure, a pleasure. So good health, may God be with you, and hopefully I'll give you another YouTube message in perhaps a couple of months' time, just to tell you how things are going. So if you do subscribe, you'll see another 4th or 5th one come up in the latter days. All right, my friends? So thank you for listening. It's been a real privilege, and we'll speak again. Goodbye all. Goodbye.